JD, I asked before, is the KC offensive playbook just too complicated for some of these receivers? No, I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think, everybody talks about with its complications. I believe it's just technique. I think it's understanding zone, what you should do, sitting. I think it is, maybe a little bit more versed in like your route running. Like when I look at certain routes, okay, Sky Moore ran that deep route I just told you about a second ago, right? It's supposed to be a 10-yard out. He starts his foot in the ground around 7. Even if he caught the football, it wouldn't have been a first down. Well, is that on him or is that on the coach or is that on both of them? That's what I'm wondering. So if a coach is getting away from this, is hey man, you need to get 10 yards. You got to get the first down. How is it that you're putting your foot in the ground at 7 yards, you got to go to 10? At the very least, if you know you got a 10-yard out, you should be able to put your foot in the ground at 9 yards. Come out your break. Set the guy up with your head. All right? Give him something inside, then come outside hard. Right? Or run on the DB's toes. Push him to get up to 10 yards, and you go out. So those things like that is something that I believe goes into the coaching. So what is the coaching telling the players? That these guys are not getting. And if this wide receiver is not getting it, he doesn't understand it, you come sit with me. Fine. You don't understand it, you come sit on this bench with me. Don't even worry about getting into rotation. You don't understand it. Until you understand you run it the way we want you to run it, you have a seat. And that's how it's got to be, period. But if you allow this to happen, as a coach, then so be it, buddy. This is exactly what you see. This is the product you're putting out there. And this is an indication what the guys are running out there, wide receivers and everybody else, and the O-line, whoever it may be, that's the indication of the coaching that's going on in the room. Bottom line, period, okay? I just said it. There it is. All right? I'm not throwing nobody on but I'm just telling you that's what it is. That's the indication of coaching that's going on out there right now. We can sit there and talk about it. Look, I know we're grading, but I'm about to go to it. We can talk about this right now. We have to be real with ourselves and understand that, yes, there was an element there that EB gave to that room as offensive coordinator, running back coach, he gave an element to the room that he wasn't going to allow certain things to happen. He just wasn't. And so if he had to get into a coach's ass about something, he was going to do it. Okay? He was going to do it. I don't know if nagging them are doing those things. I don't know if it's just the soft coaching that's going on, pats on the back, hey, we don't want to. No. Something needs to change. Somebody needs to turn over a table in the room and send somebody out. Somebody needs to point somebody out on film like this right here is not going to get it done. We are not going to win a championship with this performance. And I don't care who it is. And I don't give a daggone if you're making $50 million or you're making $1 million. I don't care. For $500,000. But right here, what you're doing is not okay. It's not. And sometimes Andy has to go in and tell the coaches the same thing too. You want job security? Get your guys right. You coach them up. That's what you're supposed to do. Coach them up. Because that's embarrassment right now, some of the things that's going on out there on the field. Right? It is. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. So, yeah, everybody with them. No, the blame goes all around, okay? And I'm not saying these guys are not getting better, all right? But we just need to see a little bit more progression in what we're seeing, right? A little bit more progress in what we're seeing. So that's where I'm at, man. Keys, look, y'all got me all twisted up, man, sitting there talking about things, but I'll get back into it. So let me go. So I'm going to go right there to the wide receiver. I'm giving the grace to the wide receiver, okay? All right? It's some of the stuff I wrote down. I said, it would be ridiculous to put all the blame on MVS, Sky Moore, and the wide receiver core on these things. All right? Sky Moore made a couple plays. There's some things he's really good at. I don't really need to see him outside unless you're running a comeback or something out there, or it's going to be like a quick little slant, or it's going to be a wide receiver screen. Other than that, hey, man, play design for a reason. right? God love it. Sky Moore is every bit of 5'9", 5'10" on phone book, on a phone book. I'm sorry, on a phone book. That play should be to a guy more better fitted and more suited like Rashee Rice, okay? Maybe a more better fitted receiver like Travis Kelce. I would even say MVS, maybe, or Justin Watson on that play, right? Not a bad play. Not a bad play. That pass got away from Pacheco on that one. Got away from him on that one. But it would help out to get a guy that's going to be able to go up there and compete with that catch, right? And that pass. I just, for the life of me, I'm not understanding some of the personnel decisions on this. I just don't, and that's coaching too. Personnel decisions. But Rashee Rice made some plays, got some catches, got up the field. He needs to protect the football. He needs to protect the football. It was twice. He almost lost the ball. Matter of fact, he lost it twice where the ground came out. Okay, he just do a much better job of ball security. Okay, because it's going to cost us. It's absolutely going to cost us. All right. So I'm not letting him off the hook. He needs to do a much better job on the blocking as well. MVS made a first down for us. Good job. Now I need for you to compete on other things too, MVS. Obviously, it was PI at the very end of the game. We know that. The one ball that Patrick threw to him where MVS should have probably went back outside. I don't know what the miscommunication on that play was. I have no idea. Patrick is holding his head. MVS like, look, I'm just running the route like I'm being told. So that's something else they need to get together. Like, that's a play that you can take and say, hey, man, what were we doing on this play? And look, there's going to be miscues in every single game. And with the quarterback and receiver, there's going to be miscues. It happens in the course of a game, right? That's the truth. It's just glaring to us because it happens with the Chiefs, and we see it, and we call it out. We call it out. So let's the guys in the wide receiver room, Kadarius Toney, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if it's you or it's the coaches. I don't know what's happening.
It's almost like they don't even know how to use them.
I think they try and use him like a Deebo Samuel in a sense. I don't know.
But even Deebo gets more touches than that. Deebo gets more touches than that in the first quarter than Tony's been getting in the entire game. I did like first half they didn't use him. Second half we come out, we kind of have some window dressing. He's moving around the backfield. He was just there doing motions. Defense is obviously keeping an eye on him. He's a threat. Doesn't get the ball there, and then they do the the direct snap handoff where Pacheco hands it off to him, and then they blocks from him. That was the only other time we saw him after that, and never again after that.
Yeah. So that to me that's the issue. I don't know as far as what we're doing. I don't even know if they got it figured out what they want to do with Kadarius Toney. And that's a problem to me. Yes. Because then it's like, what we trying to get into rotation? Well, we want to get him some touches and get him going. But yeah, put him out there on the edge. Put him out there outside wide receiver. Let him go make some plays. He's a hell of a wide receiver. He's a hell of an athlete. How come he's not being utilized out there? So we can get the pageant answer. Oh yeah, well we're gonna get him involved and do. What does that mean? Because right now what we're seeing that's no involvement. This guy's not getting involved at all. Matter of fact, we're wasting his talent.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, I give the wide receivers a C-. That's where they are. Gave him a C- this week.
And we wasted draft picks trading for a guy that we're not even using. I mean, it's so his whole story is so weird. And the fact that all offseason, all we heard out of our Chiefs guys, Mahomes, everyone, oh yeah, he's our number one. He's gonna be the number one guy. What number one? I know he had the injury going into training camp or the first day of training camp, but I mean, it was a minor meniscus tear. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he should be fine by now. But, like, to not use him at all, to use him a lot week one, and then from then to now, just, like, barely using him, probably what happened was, didn't get any touches first half. Locker room, Randy's like, we're gonna get something for you, KT. The first two drives, you give him something, and that's it? I mean, like, what is this? It's silly.
I don't know. I have no idea, man. And it almost thinks me. I'm almost believing that he ended up getting maybe re-injured at meniscus. Maybe it was a little setback because we wanted to put him out there because we knew Travis Kelce wasn't playing, so we put him out there, right? So I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over in the chat. Yeah, these small wide receivers, we got plenty of those. But I told you, this offense is geared for the small wide receiver. That's what we're looking for. So we can't look at other offenses and say, well, look, we're looking for, like a Christian Watson or, a Dobbs. We're not looking for the 6'3" guy, 6'2" guy, 6'1" guy. We're looking for the guys that can get in space and make plays. But please, be a guy that can catch the football and get up the field with some yak yards. Right? I just said it, man. We do. We got, I said this is a small wide receiver. This is what this offense is built for, small guys. Small guys. So, hey, man.
And talk about a guy who would be able to go up and get the ball that they threw up to Sky Moore. Kadarius Toney may be small, but he's shown that he can jump up in the air. He has some hang time to him. Remember the Jacksonville game where he adjusted his gloves in midair last year? That's a guy who should be getting that ball thrown to him, not Sky Moore.
And he's quicker.
Yeah,
he's got a little bit more experience. I think he would have went after that ball, right?
Oh yeah.
Like at least if you don't have a shot at it, go knock it down. So I don't know, man. Watched the play a couple of times, and it looked like, to be honest, Patrick just was determined to throw that route. Like that was his first key, and he was just going to throw it. And he lofted it. He didn't think that the DB sloughed off the guy. He didn't run up on Sky Moore. He kind of opened up. But when he seen it, he opened up. He's like, "Oh shoot, this could be my ball." And he went to go get it. But he was further down the field, and that's what he just got away from Patrick. Patrick, if he had it back all over again, probably could have back shouldered Sky Moore for that throw. Really,
I think that's what he actually said after the game last night.
Oh, did he? Oh yeah, that's the truth. I didn't get to hear that, but that's the truth. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, what? Back shoulder that guy. But he lofted it, anticipating that the guy was going to be more on the inside than what he thought, what he expected.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.